I think we all know why Ryan Reynolds was cast as Pikachu in this movie, so he could make a Pikachu joke in Deadpool 3, and I hope it happens. Pokémon Detective Pikachu. Pokémon Detective Pikachu is the live-action Pokémon movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Justice Smith. So the plot of this film is we follow Tim, and he goes to Rhyme City, and it's a city where humans and Pokémon live in harmony. After he hears the news about his father's disappearance, then he suddenly meets a talking Pikachu with amnesia who is also a world-class detective voiced by Ryan Reynolds, and they go solve a case to find out what happened to Tim's dad. Now right out of the way, I grew up with Pokemon. Pokemon was such a huge part of my childhood. I adore Pokemon. I've watched the anime, I've seen the movies, I've collected the cards, I've had the video games, the guides, and Pokemon Go. I played it back in 2016 and I still have it on my phone. Pokemon was such a big part of my childhood, and when I heard Hollywood was going to make a Pokemon movie and it was going to be live action, I was nervous about that. It's just like, I'm not sure about that. And then the news that Ryan Reynolds was cast to voice Pikachu, and that got my interest since I really like Ryan Reynolds. And then the trailers for this movie came out, and I was completely surprised by how entertaining it looked. It looked funny, it looked entertaining, it looked like they were going to pay respect to Pokemon, and I was excited for this movie. I was looking forward to this movie. I really wanted this movie to be good. I was hoping it would be entertaining, just hoping, have a good time with this film, and I did. I enjoyed Pokemon Detective Pikachu, and as a Pokemon fan, I was satisfied with what I got. Not without its flaws, which I'll get to later, but first, the good stuff. First thing that I really liked about this movie are the visual effects on the Pokemon, which were great. They all looked so detailed, and every single one of them looked so good. Fur, textures, the details, they all looked amazing. And they did such a spot-on job bringing these Pokemon to life, and one of the trailers I saw in front of this movie was the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and the design for Sonic in that movie is just, no, not impressed with that. Curious to see the redesign though. Anyways, all these Pokemon looked really good. Actually, there wasn't one design where it's like, I don't really like that design. All of them look good. And also, this film did a good job at world building, particularly in Rhyme City. I felt like I wanted to live in Rhyme City. They definitely did a good job making this place feel immersive and exciting and fun. I really liked the world building in this movie. I heard some people saying this is a combination of Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Blade Runner, and I can definitely see that. Mostly Who Framed Roger Rabbit. When I first saw the trailer, I definitely got a Who Framed Roger Rabbit vibe from watching the trailers. And Ryan Reynolds did such a good job voicing Pikachu. I couldn't imagine anyone else voicing a wisecracking Pikachu other than Ryan Reynolds. Not only is he funny, he by far has the funniest lines in this movie, charming and entertaining. And there was also some good heart in this movie, particularly with Pikachu, that was a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect this much heart in Detective Pikachu, and I thought it was well done. And our main character, Tim, played by Justice Smith from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and I enjoyed Fallen Kingdom, but his performance in that movie was one of my least favorite parts of that movie. And in this movie, happy to say, he is much better in this movie than he was in Fallen Kingdom. He gets a chance to shine, to show some emotion, and I thought it was well done, and I thought he did a good job in this movie. However, at the first half, I wasn't sure about his character. It's just like, I'm not sure about this character, but as the film went along, and we get to see his past and why he is the way he is, I did understand what he was going through, and I started to like him as the film went on. And there are some funny moments in this movie, although maybe not quite as laugh-out-loud hilarious as I was expecting. There were still some funny moments in this movie, and in my opinion, the funniest scene in this movie was the Mr. Mime interrogation scene in this movie, and the more it went along, the more it cracked me up. It was hilarious. And there was also an entertaining Pokemon battle between Pikachu and Charizard that was very entertaining. Really enjoyed that scene. Sadly, I do have some flaws with this movie. I will get to those right now. First, I felt like the movie got off to a bit of a rocky start at the beginning. Didn't quite grab me yet. It was just like, let's hope this picks up. But when we were introduced to Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu, I definitely think that's where this movie started to pick up. And another flaw, there is a romance between the main character Tim and this reporter lady, and there's a romance between them that I felt like was just forced and uninteresting. I didn't really care about the romance that much. I didn't really feel enough chemistry between those actors, and I didn't really care about the romance that much. And finally, my biggest problem with Detective Pikachu, it's a pretty predictable story. I could pretty much tell where the story was going, and pretty much tell it's like this is gonna happen, this and that. And I pretty much saw the reveal of the villain just coming a mile away. I pretty much knew like that guy is gonna be the main villain. But overall, as a Pokemon fan, I was satisfied with Detective Pikachu. This was an entertaining movie. Kids will enjoy it, and adults who probably grew up with Pokemon will enjoy this movie. And if you're a Pokemon fan, definitely go out and watch this movie. And I gotta say, even if you're not a Pokemon fan, either you didn't know about it or you didn't grow up with it, I think there's something to enjoy this movie. However, if you're not a Pokemon fan, if you don't like Pokemon and this doesn't interest you, you could just skip this movie. And if you haven't seen this movie yet, and if you want to, go check it out. It is a very fun movie, and I recommend it. And overall, I am going to give Pokemon Detective Pikachu 3.5 stars out of 5. An entertaining movie. I enjoyed it. I was satisfied leaving the theater. And I gotta say, they did a good job of bringing Pokemon into live action. And I enjoyed this movie. So what do you guys think of Pokemon Detective Pikachu? Do you agree? Disagree with me? Let me know below. Make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new here. It really means a lot. I'm Jack Benner, and look forward to another movie review.